Hi everyone, have you remembered to subscribe to Sealed for Good? If you haven't, please do so. Today I'm talking about how to waterproof retaining walls. So waterproofing a retaining wall. This comes up often, and it's also one that more waterproofers are asked by their builders, and it's a good one to understand how to work with because a lot of the time you're in the construction early on. And if you know how to waterproof a retaining wall successfully, you can assure your client that the rest of the building envelope is safe from dampness and moisture ingress from the external walls. Now, it's not as simple as you think, but retaining walls, like all waterproofing that we recommend, it's all about the surface preparation. You're in an underground environment, so you've got to make sure, firstly, you've got a safe working space to work in. Secondly, if it's clay brick or concrete brick, you've got to make sure that the voids are filled. You can't just go and lay a liquid membrane over all those empty voids, because bricklayers, when they work externally, don't treat the joints of brickwork the same way they do on an internal face where it might be visible, or an above ground area where it's going to be visible. So there's always voids and holes to deal with. Now, you could use the 11Y slurry or even use the 11Y DM powder to fill those voids first, but you should always skim off. That's very, very critical, because if you think you're just going to put a liquid membrane or a sheet membrane over those voids, you'll find you'll get blisters or weak points, and that's where the leaks start. The other thing with underground walls are a lot of the either vertical control joints or expansion joints, and when you've got them, you deal with them the same way as you would with anything internally with the elastoproof system. And actually the other part, which is the most important thing to do before you even start laying any membrane, it's the wall floor junction. How that concrete footing and that first course of brick is looking and how it's treated. Sometimes it's got a whole heap of residues and concrete mortar and all sorts of spills from site down there. You need to remove that and then create a fillet or a detail with a wall floor junction, like internally with the elastoproof system. Get that part right, and then laying the membrane is a far simpler application. And you can use your liquid systems like the Gripset 2P, the C1P, and some of you still use the favourites of the Gripset 51. I saw a couple of posts recently on Facebook from some applicators. Great work, they're going back to the favourite. But the cementitious systems offer you the advantage of drying quicker and also can work on a damp surface. But the best system is the Gripset HD, BRW HD system. It's a sheet membrane. It gives you the ability to have uniform film thickness over all those cracks and joints. It's a lot quicker and it's very, very durable. And that's a system you should be starting to look at if you're doing retaining wall applications. So we've talked about the joints, we talked about the voids. When you finish the waterproofing application on retaining walls, it's about the protection. And you've got to use a protection board, sheet system, over the top of the membrane, so during the backfill stage, the membrane is not damaged. And our BRW system has everything you require to be able to fix the protection board with the sealing strips to the HD membrane without having to nail through, screw through, glue, all incompatible products that I've seen often where people put silicons and polyurethanes on the membranes and then have a reaction. The BRW range gives you the complete system from go to woe on how to finish that retaining wall with a long-term guarantee. If you'd like to know more details about the HD system, get hold of our technical services department on 1-800-650-435. And if you've got any questions, please put them below because we'll answer them for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Looking forward to seeing your HD photos out there on retaining walls. If you'd like to know more details, you know where to come. I'll see you next time.